Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Heritage News here in the South East. So this is your channel for anything in terms of Heritage Railway news, mainline movements, galas, so much more in the South East and the surrounding areas. We've got so much news to get through as always, so let's get straight into the news.
Platform 8 for the 22-28 Southern
So the first bit of news I want to get through this week has literally actually come out today in the form of an article in the KM Messenger. Now you might not have seen it yet, like I said, it's literally just come out today, and we're going to break the rules on the channel a little bit here, and we're actually going to talk in terms of the actual main line itself, and it's all actually to do with Thanet Parkway. So the article itself states that Thanet Parkway railway station near Ramsgate is hailed a success despite failing short of the passenger targets for its first year. Now, for anyone unaware of Thanet Parkway, so it's a brand new £44 million station that literally opened last year, and it's been through its first year of service, and it's fallen short, but it's still been hailed as a success. Whether we can really all sort of hail it as an excess is anyone's guess really. I don't really see where the council, southeastern network rail, I don't really know where they're sort of getting this success from, but we'll go through the finer details. So essentially the article is stating that train bosses are celebrating the first anniversary of Thanet Parkway near Ramsgate today, but admit the station has not quite reached the project of 100,000 passengers in its journeys in the first 12 months of operation. Now, it's been a combined scheme with Network Rail, Southeastern, Kent County Council and Thanet District Council, and it's meant to offer high-speed services through to London St Pancras in around 1 hour and 12 minutes. Now, the other alternatives were Canterbury or Ramsgate, as far as I'm aware. Now, you look through the article and you see for yourself that it's not really made a difference either way. Some people are hailing it, turn around and saying, I don't have to no longer go to Ramsgate, which is further away, and my local one was Canterbury. I don't need to no longer go there. So it's up for interpretation whether it's been a success or not. I mean, you've got to bear in mind as well, Thanet Parkway, I'm yet to visit the station itself, but realistically there's nothing in the surrounding areas at all. You have a couple of villages sort of nearby, but realistically there's a bus service outside, there's no cafe, there's no amenities there. So realistically where they're getting the success from is beyond anyone. But it's come out today in the KM, the article's worth a read. You get some sort of local knowledge there in terms of people that have used the station, people who have deemed it a waste of money. It seems to be on the fence in terms of whether Thanet Parkway is a complete success or not. Check the article out, I'll leave a link in the description below, but on to some actual heritage news. Now the next bit of news actually comes through from the Spa Valley Railway in Tunbridge Wells here in Kent again. Now essentially it's to do with their bullion situation. Now I'm not too sure if any of you are aware, but 257 Squadron has actually departed the railway now and is actually on its way to Hampshire for the Mid-Hants Railway, and it's going to be there for the remainder of the 2024 season. So the gala that never was, realistically, that they were going to have Sir Keith Park, 257 Squadron running down the line. I mentioned it in a couple of videos back, check that out if you want to see what I mentioned there. But essentially they were going to have sort of a mini bullion gala where they have Sir Keith Park, 257 Squadron running for the first time together on the railway. That's no longer the case. Sir Keith Park is currently out of action, needs some minor repairs done to it, so that's done with that. We might see it back before the end of the year if we're lucky. And 257 Squadron, like I said, has now actually gone down to Hampshire at the Mid-Hants Railway, and it's going to be on holiday there until the end of 2024. So unfortunately, bullion wise, it's not looking likely for the Spa Valley Railway. Now, sticking with the Spa Valley Railway, probably my most favourite locomotive here in the world is 812 Caledonian Railway Class 828, as you can see here behind me. Now, that's actually going to be celebrating its 125th birthday very soon, and obviously we need to mark the occasion, and boy oh boy are they going to mark the occasion. So essentially these are dates you might want to save for your calendar: Friday the 30th and Saturday the 31st of August, and the 7th and the 8th of September, so 2 consecutive weekends in a row. You are actually going to have the 125th birthday of Caledonian Railway 828, and with a very special guest. There is no stranger to the Spa Valley Railway. If anyone was there sort of in 2022 sort of season, you might have remembered a certain little event where obviously it was a Scottish steam up, and we're back with it again. So it's coming from here that 419 Caledonian is coming back to join the party, and this time it will actually be in the British Railways lined black. So yes, 419 aka 55189, which visited the Spa Valley Railway in April 2022 to be exact, is to pay a return visit to Tunbridge Wells West for 2 weekends only, where the 040-439 class engine will join the fellow Caledonian Railway engine 812 class 828, and we will celebrate the Caledonian's birthday, 125 years. Like I said, it's one of my most favourite locomotives, probably if not my favourite. Hence why I've got this stunning picture, which is only £1 in the Spa Valley Railway gift shop, by the way. This stunning print. So I think they still have them there. So I'd recommend picking one up, and you can frame it just like I did. Yeah, what a way to mark the event. Like I said, we're going to have 419 back down here. Really looking forward to it. I saw it. I wasn't filming at the time for YouTube. I'm gutted. I did go to the Scottish steam up, but I wasn't filming at the time. There are some amazing videos on YouTube, so if you want to check that out. Go and search it up. Loads of people filmed it at the time, but I will be here for one of those weekends, and it just looks like it's going to be an absolutely great event. Now, our next bit of news actually comes from the Kent and East Sussex Railway, and it's actually involving the world-renowned artist Mr. Doodle, where he paid a visit to the railway last weekend. So he's an internationally acclaimed artist known as Mr. Doodle, and he took to his biggest challenge yet in terms of vehicle challenge, where he created the Doodle train. So essentially he covered the sides of a 64-foot railway carriage with instantly recognisable signature doodles. Now, the final stages of the transformation happened live at the platform on Tenterden Station in front of crowds of fans, visitors and press. And obviously it was then run up and down the line in terms of the first known 2 Doodle trains. Now, there actually are going to be specific services for the rest of the year where you can actually ride behind the Doodle train. Now, I just want to stress as well that the carriage itself was actually all put in a protective wrap for him to be able to draw over. So the carriage, it can be restored back to its original condition. It's just a wrap. So before anyone gets any wild ideas, and I've seen quite a few negative comments about this in terms of, oh, it's just aimed for kids, you know, it's just a gimmick. But why not? Why can't these heritage railways aim at the kids? The kids are the future in terms of keeping this alive. I think what a lot of people, in terms of fans of steam railways, heritage railways, anything of the sort, seem to forget the kids are the future. So I actually 100% applaud events like this. I think this is really going to do the Kent and East Sussex massive favours, and it is part of their 50th celebration for the railway anyway. So yeah, I say the more the merrier. Bring it on. More events like this for railways can only do good things, and thumbs up to the Kent and East Sussex Railway. Now, coming back to the next bit of news I want to talk about, and it's actually an article that's come out in the KM again today, and it's actually revolving the Romney, Hythe and Dymchuch miniature railway. Now, they initially turn around and state that they're going to need 30 million realistically over the next 10 years to be able to get all the upgrades to the facilities on the line. So yeah, initially the Romney, Hythe and Dymchuch Railway is going to be approaching its 100-year anniversary in 2027, and the bosses of the railway are looking for ways to upgrade the ageing facilities. Obviously the famous railway opened up by Captain Howie back in the day, but essentially they have turned around and said they would need a staggering 30 million over the next 10 years to carry out the planned repairs and upgrades, currently has on the cards. And they're obviously looking at ways to get the actual general target and hopefully get that raised. Now, reading through the comments of this article, a lot of people have turned around and stated they would actually probably still use it as sort of a commuter line to obviously get down from Hythe up to New Romney or even Dungeness or Dymchuch. But the problem is the prices. Everything goes up, inflation goes up. A return, realistically, you're probably talking between £25 to £30 now if you want to start at Hythe and go all the way down to Dungeness and have a return there or a rover ticket. And the comments seem to be sort of varied amongst this article. If you go ahead and check it out, a lot of people are stating the prices are just too high. People would love to visit the line, people would love to treat their grandchildren, so on and so on. But unfortunately, it does all come down to price. The prices obviously need to then cover the overheads. Coal is getting more expensive, as everyone knows. So it's one of those scenarios, isn't it? £30 million over the next 10 years, realistically, is probably doable for them. I think if they were to maybe spread the events calendar out a bit more. I know they've probably got a jam-packed events list already as it is this year. They're probably going to look to add towards that and maybe even add even more. Get that revenue coming in, maybe get some more guest locomotives. I'm just spitballing here in terms of ways that they could potentially reach the target. But it's an interesting one. Let me know now in the comments what you think about this. Do you think their prices are too high? I love the line with all my heart, but it's up for debate. And lastly, in terms of events, Saturday the 3rd and Sunday the 4th of August this weekend, you're actually going to have the Weald of Kent Steam Rally. And believe me, I think this is an event not to be missed. I attended it last year. You can see some clips there on screen from last year, the video I filmed for it. Believe me, don't let that put you off. The weather was absolutely atrocious on the Saturday that we attended, to the point that we spent most of our time there in the beer tent, under shelter, which I think a lot of people did. The Sunday was absolutely stunning from what I saw, and it does look to be a really good event from the time that I had there. So you're going to have dozens and dozens of steam engines and traction engines. You can have stationary engines there. You can have military vehicles. I think there's a couple of aircraft there as well. Miniature steam traction engines. I think you're going to have a ride on railway. Like I said, there's last year you had a fun fair, you had stalls, you had pretty much everything. Like I said, there was a real ale tent there with live music playing. A couple of the groups are absolutely brilliant that we saw, because like I said, it was raining all outside the whole time. So I'd really implore you to try and visit this event if you can. I've visited quite a few steam events throughout the country now. I'd probably put this in my top 3 because this one is really, really worth visiting. But yeah, that's been my heritage news in the southeast, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, give us a like, comment down below, subscribe. Let me know if I've missed out any events that you think are worth mentioning. Let me know of any events you want to hear mentioned next week, or any bit of news that I have missed out. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.